Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to Chippy's Couch. So it's a brand new, bright, beautiful day in Terraria, just looks amazing. And we're back for another episode of the Yo-Yo Only Adventure. Now in today's episode, I've got quite a lot to do, as I often say at the start of an episode. But the goal for today's one is to take down one, maybe two of the mechanical bosses, depending on how much time we get. So the one I want to take down is the Destroyer. Now, the reason I'm going to do this over any of the other mechanical bosses is because some of the crafting stuff that you get from it is going to allow us to make a new powerful yo-yo. And on paper, this yo-yo has a higher base damage. But as we've learned as the series has continued, the base damage, you know, it really doesn't play that big of a factor into a yo-yo's overall powerfulness. What really plays into it is all of the little neat gizmos that you get with it. So I've added two things to the series to make this a little bit easier to understand, because I've been using some yo-yos and I'm like, you know what, this looks really good. It looks very similar to this, but when you test them out, you know, it doesn't really look that way. So what I added was the DPS meter from the Traveling Merchant, and I've also added in two different test dummies to really test what's going on. So, for example, in the last episode, it kind of seemed like the Shimmer Spark was as good as the Arthropod. So looking at the damage, this is 76 and this is 55. So if I was to swing a yo-yo right here, you can see that my DPS is, well, it's pretty high, right? It's around 700, I would say, you know, pretty consistently 700. So if I get the Arthropod out and I do this, you can see that my damage is, yeah, it's around the 800 mark, but it's not like a massive difference. You know what I mean? Like, you would expect 76 to 55 to be a pretty big difference. And then even testing the Amarok, for example, and I'm not letting my counterweight hit it, but as you can see, over 1,000. So I feel like the Amarok is the clear winner here. Well done, Amarok. So it's now the Halloween event in Terraria. It's one of my favorite times of the year. I just think it's so cool that you can come into Terraria and get little goodies, right? So I've already got myself 2 goodie bags, but I wanted to see if we could maybe get some modded items. I don't feel like there are any that we actually need. However, I just think it's cool to do. You get little bunny slimes. I love it. So yeah, we've got a goblin army going on, and we haven't fought the goblin army yet. So I thought this would be a really good time to do it. I killed a little bit of it, and that's how I got my my treasure bags. I was getting my treasure bags pretty easy, to be honest. Like, I thought they were going to be a lot harder to get. Well, I should be calling them the right thing. They're called goodie bags. But I am feeling pretty Halloween-y. I went pumpkin picking. It was pretty great. We got a beastie pumpkin. Quart's going to carve it up real good. I've got no patience for carving a pumpkin. I really don't. I'm like, you know what? He looks like he needs triangle eyes and a goofy smile, right? That's the level of pumpkin complexity that's coming from me. Anything more is, yeah, it's just not for me. But I'm looking forward to see what she does. I'll post a picture of it on Twitter. I'm going to be honest, and this may seem like I'm just like, I don't know what this may seem like, but one of my favorite things about Halloween is the fact that the Terraria forums has this competition every year for Terraria pumpkins. And oh my god, they're amazing. They're so cool. Okay, so I'm going to finish up this event, and then what I've also done is I've got some of my King Slime mounts. Now, the reason I've also got these is because we're kind of running low on money, and I do fear about being low on money, right? I don't want to be in debt. That Goblin Tinkerer, he's going to take my house. Actually, to be honest, he can have it. It's kind of naff. It's made of wood. But yeah, that being said, I did want to farm for a little bit more money, so I thought I'd get some goodie bags. I farm for some money. It seems extra special. I kind of like it. So we'll open some of those up, and then we're going to go try and get a yo-yo called the Yin Yang. And this is a yo-yo I didn't actually think I was going to be able to get, but I remembered a method, and I'm not going to reveal it just yet, but a method to get yourself a hallowed desert when you have a crimson desert or a corruption desert. You know what I mean? Without getting the Clentaminator. And I forgot this was in Terraria. It was added a very, very long time ago. 1.1, so that came out in December of 2011. And I don't think I've used them since then. So that's a very long time. You know, we're talking like almost 8 years here. I ain't got that kind of memory. You remember the other day? Brain training and all that? Exactly. Alright, so I'm finishing up the last King Slime. I actually didn't get many goodie bags at all. I got 2. from 6 kills. It's not that many, right? I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe you don't get them from little slimy boys. But I'm pretty sure I got 2 from slimy boys. It may have just been like random enemies though. But it's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe it is. All right, let's open these up. 1. So we got the space creature set. 2. We got the witches set. Kind of cool. Got some rotten eggs. Some more rotten eggs. We got a cat set. And we also got the pixie set. So I'm going to be honest with you. Halloween, it's a pretty great moment in Terraria. It's pretty nice. But I don't like any of these. So I'm not really that bothered about them. These are from the thrower class. That's kind of cool. I didn't really realize that these were a thing. I don't know if they're from Thorium or not. It just says Shadow Purge Caltrop. That's what mod it's from, apparently. Thank you very much. What mod is this? Alright, well, let me sell off all of these. So what we're going to be doing now is making some new armor. So you may remember in the last episode, I was collecting... what was I collecting? I was collecting cryonic ore to make the Shimmer Spark Yoyo. Well, there is actually a set of armor that you can make out of that cryonic ore. So I went and got some, and I'm going to craft it up right now. And I'm pretty sure it's called Shimmer Spark Armor. I'm pretty sure it is. All right, that's a whole bunch. Let's have a little look, actually. We'll be able to find it. Oh, it's called Daedalus. Is it called Daedalus? Yeah, it's called Daedalus. All right, so I'm going to make the breastplate. I'm going to make the leggings. And then we are going to find a melee helmet. Let's have a little look. That's the one. All right, so let's test this out. So right now we have titanium, and the set bonus is essentially shadow dodge, which is pretty great on its own. So we currently have 51 defense, so we're going to swap this over. We now have 53 defense, and the set bonus is you have a 33% chance to reflect projectiles back at enemies. If you reflect a projectile, you are healed for 1/5 of that damage, which is kind of cool. It also looks very nice. I'm still rocking the King Slime mask, but what I did was I dyed it green because it kind of looks like Mysterio, and I thought that was kind of cool. Although I'm pretty sure Mysterio's helmet doesn't like wobble as he goes. Although you never know, right? All those special effects and all that. All right, well, let me put this away because I'm not going to be using this anymore. So this is what I want to do to get the Yin Yang Yo-Yo. So over here, I have a desert. Is it over here? Yeah, over here I have the desert. And this is going to allow me to get the dark mummies. But I need to find a normal desert, which I think is here. Okay, this is the normal desert. So this is what we want to corrupt. So here's what I'm going to make. I'm going to make holy water. How many of you remember this item? Because I did not remember this item. I'm going to be completely honest. I had to think about it for ages. I was like, how do they expect you to get this? This yo-yo that requires 2 different components. And then it clicked for me. I was like, boy, holy water. Actually, do you know what? Because it's almost nighttime, I'm going to get ready for the boss fight instead. I feel like that's probably the most valuable thing I could be doing. So 2 of those. Need 2 of those. 2 of these. Thank you very... I don't know which one to use. I'm going to use these. Thank you very much. Okay, and I also want to put away this Zergy boy. Because I don't want to be like, right, time to buff up. Then 1,000,000 enemies swarm me. Okay, so this is where we're going to do it. Over here. In this arena. Which is not really an arena. This is more of a loop. I added this this big platform up here. So that I could do this. Alright, let's give this a go. I don't know if this is going to work first time with this yo-yo setup. It could be one of those fights that's just like absolutely amazing. Or it could be abysmal, to be completely honest. So looking at the damage as it currently stands, I'm going to say abysmal. I don't think this is a good amount of damage. Now, this might be because... Has Calamity changed it? I know this is weird to say, but... Because I'm only doing so little damage. Has Calamity made it one of those fights where you have to hit the head or the tail? Because it could easily have done. This is such a Calamity thing to do, right? You probably have to hit the head. Let me try hit the head a bit. Oh, no. Alright. So why are we just super weak? What's going on? I'm actually very confused. Let me try this one. Like, what is up with that? Let me try hit the actual head. No? The tail? Maybe? Surely that's not right. Like, surely there's something wrong with that. Maybe you have to do another boss before it. Maybe that's what it is. So maybe in Calamity, this is just a guess, right? I'm just spitballing ideas right now. But maybe in Calamity, it's like, oh, you want to do the Destroyer? Well, you have to kill this boss first so that we know that you're worthy of doing it. All right, let me back out of that. That's my current guess. I'm going to do some Googling, and we're going to find out. Unfortunately, I did waste a summon, but it's not the end of the world, right? We can always find more. All right, so I did some Googling, and I can't seem to find what the issue is. Maybe it's the fact that you do need to do another boss. I kind of like that idea, the fact that you have to prove yourself worthy of doing it. That would make a lot of sense, but it might not be the case. So I thought we could treat today's episode as like a testing ground for that. Maybe it is right, maybe it's not. Maybe there's just a conflict in the mod. Or maybe, and this would be the hardest pill to swallow, I'm not going to lie, maybe we're super weak. But I don't think we're that weak, because we were fighting it for about a minute, and we did less than 1% of the damage. Something's wrong with that, right? You would never finish the fight before the nighttime. So I don't know if I believe that. I think no way on that one. That's probably not right. But probably a conflict of mod interest. I don't really know. So here's the bosses we got. We got Cosnix. We have Brimstone Elemental. We got the Twins. Aquatic Scourgy Boy. So I guess Cosnix would be the one that we do next. So let's have a little look. Because I don't want to stop recording today, you know. I don't want to give up on an episode because one thing has gone wrong, right? You got to adapt. You got to overcome. So let's have a little look at the Void Lens. So this is Souls of Nights and Souls of Lights. And I have Souls of Nights and I have Souls of Light. So this could be something that we could do right now, actually. Just for fun, just to go test it out. So Void Lens. And that's good, because I can make a few of these, because I don't know if it's going to go perfect straight out the gate. And I tell you what, we'll actually go and do that Yoyo now. So then at least we've done something super productive, which is going to be good. So we'll head to the Corruption Desert first, and we'll use the Zergy Boy to farm it out, which should be pretty quick. And then we'll go make a Hallowed Desert, and then we'll go check out that. And it only just dawned on me, for one, there's a massive desert here, and I was looking at the wrong one, but it's only just dawned on me that the reason why it is the way it is with hallowed water is because back in the day there wasn't a Clentaminator. You know, it was added in 1.2, the Clentaminator, so it was like the only way you could spread corruption or purify the world or whatever. So it's kind of cool. Like, there's a little bit of Terraria history inside of an episode that you wouldn't expect to use it. Right, so that was a normal mummy. This is going to be hard to do. Like, I wonder if the Zerg potion was a bad idea. But I'm going to push on, because I think eventually one of them will drop it. I don't think it's that rare, the Dark Shard. I always seem to get them, but then again, I often run through the desert. You know, as you're running through the world, you're killing all the enemies and such. Let's have a little bit of apple pie. I don't know if apple pie is going to solve this problem, though. There is quite a lot going on. All right, Dark Mummies. If I see a shard, I'll stop. But I think I'm going to farm this out for a little bit. So I'm going to be quiet. Gonna try focus. There's so much going on though. It's kind of hard to do all of these things. But I don't think it'll be too long, especially with all this going on. Hey, I got my Dark Shard, so I'm gonna head away from there. Now, do I just keep the Zergy Boy on? I probably can. I don't think I'm gonna get completely overrun before I even get to the desert. You never know though, right? This could go so wrong. But I feel like converting that one little part behind the dungeon is going to be the best place for me, because then I've got a Hallowed Desert, which I'm never going to use. Like, I don't really care too much about the Hallowed Desert. I'm only doing this for one item. So then it's like away from the world. But my only problem is I have a fear that it's not going to be spawning Hallowed Desert enemies. It's going to spawn Astral enemies. And Astral enemies, you know, they're quite tough, right? You thought the Destroyer was tough, doing 1 tick of damage a hit. Well, you haven't met an Astral Boy. Okay, let's make a Hallowed Desert. Oh, look at it. It's so primitive. It's different for sure. Oh, you can see it slowly converting. Oh my god, there's the Astral enemies. I forget that it does damage. It's a purifying, like, weapon, so yeah, it makes sense to do damage. Okay, let's just spread as much as we can. I feel like all I've really done is kill enemies, but it's slowly going to spread over time. All I need is one of these little mummies, though. So I don't think... I think it's probably enough to get some of the mummies, maybe? I don't know. I think this is just becoming astral enemies, to be completely honest. I think I'm just going to be overrun with them. I'm going to wait around a little bit, though, see what happens. Hey, look at that. Well, you didn't see it because I killed it too quick. Oh, that's actually it. There we go. Whee! I was just about to say, I got myself a light mummy. All right, let's slap this into the crafting recipe browser. Let's have a little look. So, Yin Yang, or Yin Yo. That would make a lot more sense. The Yin Yo. So it really is just two different shards. So let me slap both of these into here. Let me get rid of that. Yin Yo. All right. Bam. The Yin Yo. It does 53 melee damage. Fires light or dark shards when enemies are near. Light shards fly up and down, while dark shards fly left and right. So let's have a little look. We can test it out with the brand new setup. So let's get inside of this house. Okay, so I'm assuming that this isn't firing out the shards. But as you can see, the damage is a lot more consistent than the Shimmer Spark. Even though the Shimmer Spark is meant to be spec'd a little bit higher, this is doing more damage, and that's without even seeing the little effects. I mean, maybe they're there. Now, I don't think the test dummy was working correctly. I feel like this is only going to get better from here. And it's not even modified. That's the best bit. I don't know where my Goblin Tinker is at. He's probably dead. Oh, no, he's over here. All right, let's go and check him out. I've got a little bit of money, so I'll give this a quick reforge, see if I can get something or other. Hello. Can you reforge this for me, my good man? Hurtful. Damaged. Weak. Shoddy. Unpleasant's pretty good, but I'm kind of going for, like, amazing. I feel like unpleasant's all I'm going to get. I don't think I'm getting anything more from that Goblin Tinkerer. Alright, so let me clean up my inventory, and then we'll go try out Cosnics. I don't have a big arena for it, but I feel like with the damaging, like, spec that we've got at the minute, I think we're going to be fine. So let me put away some of these yo-yos that I'm not going to use, and I'll clean all this up, and I'll meet you guys in hell. Okay, so it's doing its little thing. Look at it. That's pretty cool, right? Like, we didn't see that when it was on the mannequin, so even better. Kind of amazing. All right. Well, I'm almost near hell. I was kind of gutted, but it's kind of gone now. I had the broken armor debuff. I got it when I got hit by one of the enemies. I was like, really? Just before I go into a boss fight, you slap me with broken armor? Thanks, Terraria. But it's not as dramatic. It's gone now. All right, well, let's find a flat-ish area. This fight's going to be hard. Like, with what we've got. The past few times I've fought this fight, I've had a really nice arena. You know, I've put in the work. This time I'm like, well, can't destroy a mechanical boss. I may as well just do this. Where do you do a fight like Cosnics? That is the question. All right, you do it right here. So we need to go over, like, 1 or 2 more houses. Go over this one. So, whoosh. Okay, right. This is where we do it. This is flat enough. It's got a few crevices. I think it's going to be fine. Right. Cosnics, the Fallen Beholder. I really feel like we have a great chance for this boss fight. I really do. I think this is going to be ace. The only thing I fear for is the lava attack. Because once it starts spitting out, you know, lava that goes everywhere, it's not going to be great. Okay. Alright. This is going alright. This is going alright. Hey, do you know what's funny? In the last episode, I said the word spider, right? Like that. Spider instead of spider, right? And everyone was like, man, James sounds so American now. In Britain, it's a bit like a stereotypical farmer accent to say farmer, spider, tracker. Do you get what I mean? That's where it's from. For all you Americans out there. I do wish I could do a better American accent, right? Because right now it's not so great. But you know what? What I've learned from you guys is that it's just farmer talk, and I'm pretty good at that. Okay, Cosnics is going well. I really like the Cosnics fight. With Calamity's balancing, I think it's really good. Obviously, right now we're kind of like mugging it off a little bit with our little yo-yo. But that's only because, you know, we're pretty powerful. We've got Calamity Armor. We've got the Yin-Yo. Everything's looking good. Do you know what? I was taking a lot of damage in the last part of that fight because I was trying so hard to not let it die over lava. But it just makes its own little house. So that didn't matter. All right, let's go back home. So let's open this up. So we got the Devil's Carapace. Cool. The Tomb of the Void, which is cool. We also got the Beholder's Staff and the Unreal Obliterator. Man, I really want to do a Ranger playthrough with guns in Terraria. That'd be cool. I'm kind of game for that. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test out another mechanical boss. Now, I know we didn't do a Calamity one just now, but I have a feeling that the game might have been bugged. Maybe. So I'm going to try one of the free summons that we've got. So let's have a little look. We have, I'm going to try Skeletron Prime. Go on, I'll give it a go. I actually do find Skeletron Prime to be a pretty hard boss fight. So we'll see how we spec up against it. See, that's normal damage. What was going on before? See, this just makes me, like, proper fear about what was going on before. I do think the game was bugged out. I do feel like, because once I logged out, you guys saw me log out, I'm wondering if the Amarok's probably better for this. Yeah, once I logged out, I ended up closing the game and restarting it. And I do feel like it was just bugged out. So here we go. We've got a proper fight going on. Let me zoom out. This one's going to be a bit difficult because I wasn't really prepared for it. So I've kind of like, I've not gotten the mentality of like, all right, Skeletron time. But I do feel like I'm going to be able to do this fight. I may have to like do a jump cut and like chill out for a little bit, not talk over it. You know, as I do. You know what it's like. You guys have seen me do a boss fight. I talk, I fail. It's the chippy way, right? So I might chill out, have a little bit of the fight, and I'll bring you guys back in a little bit. All right, the fight is going amazing. Like, it's going perfect. I'm doing my little loops over the boss. It's going great. I'm really glad we could turn this around when the Destroyer thing happened. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit frustrated, a little bit beaten. I was like, all right, that's my episode ruined. I had a clear goal. But I'm really glad we've, like, turned this around, done something good. So I think this fight's going to be almost over. And I really do believe that if we go to do the Destroyer again, it's going to be different. I do feel like it was some kind of bug or something like that. Maybe? I don't know, right? I don't know. Look, I'm not the whiz kid I once was. I don't know how this all works. I download the mods, I play them. That's about as far as my my knowledge goes. All right. Skeletron Prime has been defeated. I wish it was the Destroyer. I really do. Because the Destroyer would have given us that sweet, sweet Yoyo. But it gives us something to do tomorrow, right? Something cool for tomorrow. Okay. Well, let's have a little look. Because... Oh, actually, we might be in for a plot twist here. Because I'm pretty sure I need hallowed bars, plating, and souls of might. And what did I get in that last episode? I got some souls of might, and I said that it may come in handy. So, opening this up, I got my plating, I got my hallowed bars. I might be able to do this. I actually might. I'm kind of excited now. All right. So let's look out for a Yoyo. There it is. It's called the Eye of the Destroyer. I have a little feeling that I've made this before. It does sound familiar. So let's have a little look here. So let me bang all of this into here. We're just going to deposit all because at the end of the day, if it ain't a Yoyo, boy, I don't really care about it. So the Eye of... Yeah, there we go. Bam. The Eye of the Destroyer. It does 89 base damage and apparently unleashes laser beams at nearby enemies. So we're going to come over to the test arena. Test this out. Oh my god. Look at that. Right, let's get rid of all these buffs, because obviously these buffs are affecting it. Oh my god. That is such an upgrade. Man, the Destroyer really doesn't kind of stand a chance now. Oh my god, that's amazing. I didn't get to see its special attack, unfortunately. I want to see it do its thing. So we'll have to linger around for an enemy. One's going to pop up eventually, right? It's nighttime, it's Halloween. Ghouls and goblins everywhere, you know what I mean? Alright, Raven, you're going to have to get it. Hey, look at that. That's so sick. Oh my god, it's a lot more powerful than I thought it was going to be, not going to lie. I knew it was going to be an improvement, but like I say, with yo-yos, you just never really know. Oh my god, look at you! You're amazing. I low-key kind of love it. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to give the video a big fat thumbs up. And if you are new around here, maybe consider clicking the subscribe button. We are fast approaching 200,000 subscribers, which is kind of amazing. And I do want to do something to celebrate that awesome number. This channel, man, I really believe we're going to hit 1 million subscribers one day. I can't wait to play this when we do. I really do think we're going to hit it. And it's thanks to all of you awesome people. I really appreciate it. Because this channel, and it's weird to think about, but this channel has gone through its entire lifespan. And it's never had a Terraria update. At least not one this big that we're going to get soon. And, like, to put that into perspective, like, everyone's like, oh, man, when the game's not updating, there's nobody watching, nobody playing. It's not true. The Terraria community is large, it's strong, and I appreciate everyone here. Right, see you in the next one, guys. Peace.